and I give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
President, at the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to you for convening this important meeting. It reflects the urgency of the situation in the Middle East, particularly in the occupied Palestinian territories. It also highlights the pressing need for decisive action from the Security Council. I thank Mr. Tor Wennesland for his briefing. Our Security Council bears the primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. Yet, the impact of its numerous decisions and resolutions has been undermined by the intransigence, by the deafness of the Israeli occupying power. While the Council has been enabled to take decisive measures, tens of thousands of lives have been lost, and hundreds of thousands more are enduring hunger, illness, and forced displacement. To restore its legitimacy, to restore its credibility, this Council must fully shoulder its responsibility and act promptly and decisively to address this escalating crisis in the Middle East. In this regard, the Council must take the following steps. First, the top priority is to halt the ongoing tragedy, to halt the ongoing massacre by imposing, yes, imposing an immediate, permanent, and unconditional ceasefire in Gaza and Lebanon. Also, it is vital to effectively address the catastrophic humanitarian situation as past efforts have fallen short. Yes, the humanitarian operations are currently hindered by the lack of political will on the part of the Israeli occupier, which continue to weaponize starvation, as documented in UN reports. And we call on all Council members to adopt the draft resolution submitted by the elected member of this Council without delay to achieve our common goal of an immediate ceasefire. Second, the Council must uphold the provisions of Resolution ES 10/24 of the General Assembly, which outlines a clear roadmap for ending the occupation and establishing a sovereign Palestinian state with Al-Quds Sharif as its capital. This shared objective is now under existential threat due to actions of the Israeli occupying authorities, including annexation plans in the West Bank, settlement expansion, and the displacement of Palestinians in flagrant violation of international law. Third, the Security Council must safeguard the agreed parameters for resolving the Palestinian question by ensuring Palestine's full membership in the United Nations. Admitting Palestine as a full member state to the UN reinforces international law and compels the Israeli occupying power to comply with global norms. As President Abdel-Majid Tebboune stated, and I quote, "It is imperative to take immediate and urgent action to save the peace process, which is facing an unprecedented deadlock. This can only be achieved by compelling the occupation to adhere to the principles of international law, implementing UN resolution, and by intensifying efforts to secure Palestinians' full membership to the United Nations." End of quote. Fourth, Mr. President, the Council must ensure the enforcement of its resolution. Yes, by imposing sanctions on those who violate international law. Despite its explicit stance on the illegality of settlement, Resolution 2334, adopted 8 years ago, remain unenforced, allowing settlement activities to persist unchecked. Fifth, governance arrangement in Palestinian territories are and remain an internal and exclusive matter for Palestinians to decide. The international community's role is to support Palestinians and empower the Palestinian Authority to fulfill its responsibilities. UN agencies and other international institutions must unite effort to the Palestinian Authority in reunifying Gaza and the West Bank and rebuilding the territories, the infrastructures devastated by Israeli aggression. Sixth, the root cause of conflicts in the Middle East are well known. It is the Israeli occupation of Palestine, of Lebanon, of Syria. The Council must enforce its proper resolution, including Resolution 1701 and 497, to end the occupation and restore peace across the region. Mr. President, the cost of silence and inaction is steep. Today, Palestinians, Lebanese are paying with their lives. Tomorrow, the consequences will spiral further. The failure of this Security Council and of the international community to implement its own decisions, its own resolutions, perpetuates a system dominated by force and erodes justice and the rule of law. The Security Council bears the heavy responsibility to prevent the collapse of the international legal order. The time for action is now. It is imperative to restore hope of peace, to restore hope for peace, and to uphold the principle of justice and international law. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Algeria for their statement.